Hi guys, today we're going to react to Hurt by LOLLI WREN, a Nine Inch Nails cover. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Lost Hate. Thank you, Lost Hate, for this request.
Thank you very much for the request. We appreciate it. It's worth noting that we have actually reacted to a cover of this song before, the one by Johnny Cash, and yeah, we both loved it. So we are actually very curious to see what LOLLI WREN does with this one. So yeah, let's find out. This is also a first-time reaction, I think, for both of us. We've never heard LOLLI WREN before.
Yeah.
To see if I still feel. I focused on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt. For me to let you down. Oh, I will make you hurt.
There's one test that I have that trumps all tests when it comes to music. If it gives me goosebumps, it's freaking good. And I got goosebumps in the first couple of sentences, and then again when it started sort of kind of crescendoing, if you know what I mean. It just into that chorus, I was like, holy crap. It might be a little bit early to say, but this is the best version of the song, aside, you know, the best cover aside for Johnny Cash's, that I've heard so far.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was kind of suspicious at first, thinking this is a little bit similar to the way Johnny Cash approached it, but she's a heck of a storyteller. She's telling a different story.
Yes.
I'm not even 100% sure yet, but I think this is to do with an abusive relationship or something like that. It's a broken heart of some kind. So very different to Johnny Cash.
The thing that grabbed me at first was her voice. She has a voice that will make you do a double take if you heard it in the street. You can't ignore it. The voice, its texture, you can feel pain and grief in it and lifelong turmoils. She's a young woman, but her voice is it's almost ancient. She's an old soul. I would not think that she looked like that had I heard her voice, just the voice. It's packed with so much emotion, just the texture, and it's so dominant. She grabs you from the first second when she starts singing, and I agree, she's telling a different story here, and it's almost like a short film as opposed to the video art style thing we saw in Johnny Cash's version. You get a lot from the visuals, from her expressions. It's almost entirely dependent on her expressions and how she interprets things, and her singing just sits on you. You sink deep with her voice. I love it. It's just a wonderful experience.
Yeah, you know, you said it's like a short film. It actually is like a film, but like those kind of mood films, if you know what I mean. Sort of artistic kind of, you know, art house films that that are almost, you know, all around a certain mood or something like that. It actually reminded me of an Australian film called Somersault from quite a few years ago. And it's funny because Somersault had an amazing soundtrack that is completely different to this. But something about it, I don't know, just kind of threw me back to that. I partly agree with what you said about her voice, like an old soul. But if I would have heard this like without seeing, you know, the clip, I would have still recognized that it's a young woman singing and not older, which is interesting. I think it's more to do with the style of singing in some points here, especially when you know, she starts off in these lows and then she goes up a little bit higher to her probably normal voice, which is something a bit more common. Her lows are unusual, which I really liked in the beginning, and you know, goosebumps straight away. But yeah, what struck me straight away, she is a storyteller. She's telling a story. She's pulling us into it, and it's almost caressing, but into a darkness, if you know what I mean. It's a dark. I mean, it's a dark song anyway. But her story is also dark, obviously. And you're right. You can feel the pain. She's more of the voice that I personally really like, because I feel what she's feeling. So I don't know. I love it. I just love it.
Yeah. I love how she's restrained in her lows. You can feel that she's restrained. She's not using the full power of her voice. And I love how you can recognize that there's a lot more power in that voice than she's letting on. And you might hear it as the song progresses, but you can feel it, you can sense it, because you can identify it in the texture, in the energy that she brings. Just a beautiful experience.
It's hypnotic. Yeah, no, she's pretty awesome. Yeah. she changed the lyrics in a couple of spots, which is a little bit interesting. Again, to tell her own story. There's something here that, I mean, her name is LOLLI WREN, but it made me think of Wren in some ways, that she is also a storyteller in a visual way, not just musically. You know, the song, it sort of struck me that she's sitting in a car, which means she is moving somewhere or in some kind of movement away from something towards something else, some sort of a transitional period in her life. And then, you know, the guy who's like constantly in her ear felt like it was something to do with a relationship and some sort of emotional abuse. And then, you know, him sort of trying to drag her out of the car and she won't. And then and just, I don't know, something intimate about this. And it's like she's bearing her soul and she's giving you, sort of peppering it with hints along the way of what her story is, while using somebody else's lyrics and making it her own story. Just beautiful.
Yeah, like a perfect tool to let you in. That's what she's essentially doing. She's letting us in. She's letting us look at her pain. And there was a part there where we saw siren lights. That element in the story made me think that it may be, like you said, an abusive relationship, but physical. Either something happened or it's physical and somebody got hurt.
Yeah, either some kind of an accident
or
was called, or not necessarily an accident, or the police because of some kind of abuse, something happened, something like that.
So she's giving you these breadcrumbs and letting you interpret it on your own, but she is telling a specific story here, as I said, as opposed to the video art in Johnny Cash's performance. It looks on the surface like it's linear, like it's a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end, but you don't know. You can assume where she is at the time of singing, but you don't know her state of mind. You just know she's hurt and she's trying to find her way home or find her way out.
And there's an element there of wanting whoever this other person is to also hurt, I think. That's what it felt like to me. I think there's something interesting about her also in the way that she is acting, the way she looked at the camera, you know, the way she sang. It really did transfer a lot to me. You know, from her story, I could feel her, you know, and I think it was very interesting. She's also got some sort of a striking look and you know, those piercing eyes. You know, she was using everything to tell her story here. That last verse at the end, if I could start again a million miles away, I would keep myself, I would find a way. So she got lost in this for whatever reason, a relationship that fell apart, or somebody left her, or somebody died, or something like that. And now she's kind of putting herself together going, I know I'm going to have to find a way to get myself back and to recover from this. And this is just probably part of her journey. And it's just, again, amazing that music can do this. I felt the whole thing. It made me feel her story. It brought to mind personal stories of my own. And that made me feel even more. Just so emotional, beautiful. And sounds fantastic. Her voice is really great. I just love everything she did here.
Yeah, we got engulfed in her world for 5 minutes, and it just you need a few minutes to recuperate from that. I love how what you said. She was acting. She was actually talking to the camera. She was doing it for the viewer. She was looking straight at the camera.
This is what I always say. You know, the best actors don't need to talk, don't need to give you text and say their lines. They act with their eyes, they act with facial expressions, and that's what I felt she was doing here, because it was a part for her singing, you know, like you hear the lyrics, you know, there's someone else's, but LOLLI WREN herself, she brought herself to this. She made it her own in some way. I'm not going to go into comparisons, you know, about the original and definitely about Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash's version is just so emotional. It was overwhelming. This was different, again, because it's a different story, but I have to say, full credit to her. This is fantastic. I did not expect it to be this good. This is absolutely amazing. I'm curious to know, you know, what else she's done and what else she's got and who she is. and what story she's telling here. Because again, you know, we try not to research these things and to know about it as little as possible to have this effect. And I'm very happy that we do
Yeah.
that. I think that works much better.
Yeah, as I said at the beginning, a lot of the visuals rely on her expressions, rely on her acting, as you said, acting. And I can't help but think it's an interesting notion that if you were to see the music video without listening to the song, you would still get that this person is hurting, even if you didn't know that it's a song. You would still get that this person is hurting, and it's a process, and there's a story here, even without the song.
I might need to clarify, because when I say acting, I don't mean she's acting, pretending, or something like that.
Performing,
I mean, she's
yeah.
she's performing, and she is using these skills to relay her message and her story. I'm not saying acting in a negative way. It's not like
Yeah,
a
of course.
posing thing.
Of course.
It felt very, very real, very authentic. And yeah, I just think she's hugely talented, you know, judging by this song, by this performance. Loved it.
Yeah.
Definitely curious to know more.
Yeah.
So yeah, so please, more LOLLI WREN requests.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
was
indeed. Yeah, we love
absolutely
it.
amazing. So thank you, Lost Hate. This was Lost Hate's first request with us, and a damn good one. So yeah, we appreciate the support. Thanks
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, thank you, Lost Hate, for the introduction to LOLLI WREN. We enjoyed reacting to the song very much. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
Everything about this duet is really cool, and the song amplified the anthemic feel as it went along. It felt more and more like an anthem. At first, all those woo, oh, oh stuff, you know, it didn't really feel that anthemic. But after they hit the chorus and, you know, yeah, repeated it towards the end, it was just like, yeah, this song kind of kicks. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate the support as always. We will be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope you'll be here to see it. So, yeah, until then, bye for now.
Bye, guys.